Hey there, I'm srcmake, and today we're going to be learning about what Git pull requests are, and we're going to go through a demo of raising our very own Git pull request. So as usual, I've got my website open, and it's got all the resources that we're going to need for this topic. This particular time, I recommend going to the website because there are a lot of commands and stuff that you're going to be needing. So go ahead and click the link below this video if you'd like to view the webpage, and while you're down there you can also click the subscribe button for this YouTube channel. So what are Git pull requests? Well, to put it simply, let's say there's a repository on a Git hosting website like github.com and you want to make a contribution. Maybe you see a change, like in this particular instance, this project that we're going to be working with has one file, readme.md, and inside that file it says roses are red, violets are green, and we know that's wrong, right? Violets are actually blue. Let's say we want to update this project so that on the repository it is what it should be. Violets are blue. Well, what you could do, as we said in another video, is make a git patch file and basically generate the changes to the code that we make the changes to the code ourselves, and then we make a git patch file that shows those changes. We email that git patch file to the owner of the repository, and then they can make the changes themselves, which is kind of a hassle to have to email them. Or you could just do a git pull request and have them look at the changes right here through Git's own platform. Now, I should mention this. The point of Git pull request is to have people be able to contribute through the website itself, but this changes from website to website, so GitHub's process may be a little different from GitLab's process. Pull request isn't like a Git command itself. This is a way the website handles making changes from other people to the project. So with that said, we're going to go through our very own pull request demo. Basically, we see this change that we want to make, and we're going to change it. And try to send the owner, which is delocalized. It's not srcmake. This is another account. We want to make the change and see how we can send the pull request to this person, and then we can actually see how they apply the change. So how to raise a Git pull request? I'm going to go through this list really quickly. Find the repository that we want to make the change on. We fork the repository. We clone it into our local folder. We create a separate branch in the terminal for our changes. We make the changes. We push the changes to our forked repository. Then we're going to go through the main repository, which would be this one. And we click on the new request button, which is this right here. And then we enter the branch we like to commit, fill in the rest of the information, and the person can see it on GitHub. So that was a little quick, but we're going to be going through the example so you can watch how it's done. I'm going to be using this as a reference myself, so I'm going to move that to my other monitor. And right here, I've got my Ubuntu virtual machine running, and that's basically what we're going to be using. I kind of did a demo before, so let's erase that. So the first step is to find the repository, which we found, and we see this change that we want to make. We want to contribute to this project. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the fork button. You can see that this is delocalized, not srcmake. Delocalized is the owner of this project. And we're going to fork it. And what happens is, it's actually taking a while. I'm actually surprised. Well, it forked. So now we've got our own version under srcmake, and we basically just cloned the repository. We made a repository on our own GitHub account for this project. So what we want to do next is we want to make the changes locally. So what we're going to do is we're going to git clone, and we're going to put this URL right here. And that's it. So we made our own repository for this project, but we want to clone it into our local computer so that we can make the changes. And let's cd into, what is it called? Pull request. So now we're in the project itself, and we can see the file that we want to make the change for. But what we want to do first is we want to make a separate branch for this project. We don't want to use the master branch. We're making changes, so let's, be professional and use a different branch. So we're going to create that branch using git checkout, and we're going to name this branch Violet Branch. And like that, we switched from the master branch to a Violet branch. And now that we have a new branch, we're going to make our changes. So violets are not green, they are blue. We made the change to the code, which is just, a text file, a README file. we save the changes, and we're good. Now we want to push this back to our repository on GitHub. So we're going to do git add period to include all files. We're going to do git commit, fix the color of violets, which is exactly what we intended to do. And we're going to do git push HTTPS. No, I don't know why I'm typing this out. We're going to git push it to our repository. So we're just going to specify that here. So again, let me just enter this. So again, we saw the project that we wanted to change something on. We wanted to contribute to it. We forked it into our own GitHub repository. Then we cloned that into our local folder so that we can make the changes ourselves. Did it not work? Let me see. Oh no, it didn't work. Oh, it did work. It's just on a separate branch. So you can see the violet branch here. Okay, so we cloned it to our local repository. We created a new branch for it. We made our changes, and then we uploaded that to GitHub. And now you can see we have our violet branch on our repository. But we want to update the original repository. We don't really care about our repository. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go back to the original repository. So we're just going to click this button. Super simple. And we want to raise a new pull request. So we go to pull requests, new pull request, press the button. And the base one is master. That's what delocalized is using. But we want to compare it to our... Oh, no. We want to compare across forks. Yeah. Make sure you press this button because we made a fork. So delocalized pull request is using a master. But our pull request repository, we want to use the violet branch, which I don't see for some reason. It's a little weird. Let's refresh the page. That's so weird. I don't see it. Debugging 101. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. So we don't want to compare it to delocalized. We want to compare it to srcmake. And now we see our violet branch. Sorry for the hiccup. I actually do not... I didn't use this in a while. So now we can create the new pull request. Let's go ahead and do it. And we want to send a message to the owner. So, hey there. Oh, actually, let's keep that. Fix color of violet is the title. And hey there, delocalized. I fixed the color of... They are blue, not green. So we made a new pull request, and you can see we compared across forks. We switched to our forked repository. And we're using our violet branch, the one we created. We've got this set up, the title that we're going to send in the little message, and create pull request. And now delocalized has the pull request for this topic. So if we go back to Google Chrome on my Windows 10 computer, since I'm logged in as delocalized, you can actually see the pull request. And if you want to merge it, we actually have the power. Take a look at the comparison of pages. This is me as srcmake, who was trying to make the contribution. And this is as delocalized, who is the owner. Delocalized has the power to merge the pull request. And you can do a few things with it if you're the project owner. If not, they can just press the button and that's it. But I don't want to do that because I think you guys should try doing this yourself. So I'm going to leave this. You have all these URLs below the video. Go ahead and click it and try to do this process yourself. And that's git pull request. So again, if you want to make a change to a repository, then you raise a pull request on Git. Different websites do it differently, but we just did it on GitHub and you saw what we did. The process is all here on this webpage, so I don't want to repeat it because I do think you should come to this webpage and look at the commands. So I'm srcmake. That was git pull request. You see how it's done. It's really easy. You can contribute to projects yourself now. That's really great. So thanks for watching.